Rudy Poo Candy Ass.
First, before I go on with my candy ass for the day, there's this guy on Twitter that's been demanding that I debate him. He's the same person who created the AI photos of me shooting guns and claiming that I've had something to do with the recent mass shootings in our country. He's saying that he wants to debate me because he wants to dispel all the lies that I've been telling about Donald Trump, which are not lies. He wants to debate me. Should I debate him? Should I waste my time on someone like that? No. I'm not going to waste my time on him. I'm not going to waste my time on a clown like that, who obviously sits in complete obsession with me, who actually takes the time to create artificially intelligent videos of me shooting guns, who lies about me having something to do with mass shootings that have happened in this country. In case you probably haven't noticed, he's a Donald Trump supporter, so I'm not going to waste my time on him. I have bigger fish to fry, as the saying goes. Which brings me to this video. I haven't done a candy ass video in I don't know how long, so today's candy ass is Robert Fitzgerald Kennedy Jr., son of Robert Fitzgerald Kennedy Sr., former senator, former attorney general of the United States, former presidential candidate, the nephew of John Fitzgerald Kennedy, former president of the United States before he was assassinated. The Kennedy name itself is synonymous with service, country, loyalty, fairness, justice. Robert F. Kennedy displays none of that. No service, no fairness, no justice. The fact of the matter is, he's a conspiracy theorist. And perhaps one of the most damning conspiracies that he's pushed out is the fact about vaccines. Now, you and I both know that taking some vaccines may entail some risk. But I am smart enough to know, and smart enough to do my research to know that some vaccines do benefit people. But the vaccine he wants to talk about the most is the COVID-19 vaccine, developed during the Donald Trump administration, his first administration, Trump version 1.0, let's just call it that way.
Died from COVID?
I don't know how many died.
You're the Secretary of Health and Human Services. You don't have any idea how many Americans died from COVID?
I don't think anybody knows that because there was so much data chaos coming out of the CDC, and there were so many perverse incentives. And these are model
You don't know the answer of how many Americans died from COVID. This is the Secretary of Health and Human Services. Do you think the vaccine did anything to prevent additional deaths?
Again, I would like to see the data and talk about the data.
You have had this job for 8 months, and you don't know the data about whether the vaccine saved lives?
That's the problem, is that they didn't have the data. The data by the Biden administration absolutely dismal.
So
Chaos.
who is politicizing? You're saying the Biden administration politicized all the data? Go back to what Senator Cantwell just
They
said.
fired Dr.
Go to
Krause.
the Trump Surgeon General.
They fired Dr. Krause. They fired all the people who questioned the orthodoxy. They fired Dr. Gruber, Dr. Krause,
So,
Martin
Mr. Chairman, the
Gilmore.
Secretary of Health and Human Services doesn't know matter how many Americans died from COVID.
No,
Doesn't know if the vaccine helped prevent any deaths. And you are sitting as Secretary of Health and Human Services? How can you be that ignorant?
Donald Trump appointed him Health and Human Health. Forgive me if I got the name wrong. Health and Human Services Secretary, and since then, he has been terrible in his own position. So terrible that, in fact, members of Congress and the Senate are pushing Donald Trump to get him to fire him.
How much are Medicare Part D enrollees expected to pay for prescription drug coverage next year?
I think that is in debate right now.
Let me tell you,
Are you talking about the
they are
rate?
going to pay $15 more than last year, up to $50 a month. Now, let me have a question for you on Part B. How much are Medicare Part B premiums expected to increase next year?
I don't know. I talked to
So
Dr. Oz
that is about,
yesterday. I think it's
they're supposed to increase about
16%.
11.6% or $21.50 more each month. And again, last time we were before me, you couldn't answer the questions of the very agency and the authority that you have to address.
To say that he is a terrible person in that position, get rid of him. Last week, I believe it was, last week, he was called in front of senators testifying as to why he's making the moves that he's making. And let me say this at the onset. I'm not going to make fun of Candy's, whatever is wrong with him, the brainworm and all that other stuff. I'm not making fun of him. Because after my stroke, people online, mainly Donald Trump supporters, have made fun of me. Even after my condition started to rapidly improve. As you see, I'm standing, I'm driving, I'm walking around. Hell, not too long ago, I went to a football game. On my feet most of the time. Through the grace of God and my daughters and my family, I'm healthy. Maybe not 100% because you can hear my voice. It is still a little lazy. But I'm healthy compared to RFK. I know he's advanced years and all that other stuff. But when you look at the clips of him being grilled by senators, you know that mentally he's not there. But the reason why he's not all up there is because he is a Trump appointee, and those people have shown that they're out of control. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you a small clip, a small smidget of what's going on. Trump was asked by one of the senators, do you think that Donald Trump deserves the Nobel Peace Prize for his role in Operation Warp Speed? I'm not talking warp speed like he's Captain Kirk, which is probably where he got that from. I'm talking warp speed as in quickly manufacturing a vaccine for the COVID-19 virus. And this idiot, a staunch anti-vaxxer, responded this way.
I said yesterday, I believe it, that President Trump deserves a Nobel Prize for Operation Warp Speed. If he had been President Obama, he would have gotten it. But because of Operation Warp Speed, forcing the federal government to come to a vaccine development within 10 months when others said it couldn't be done, we saved millions of lives globally, trillions of dollars. We reopened economies, an incredible accomplishment. Mr. Secretary, do you agree with me that the president deserves a Nobel Prize for Operation Warp Speed?
Yeah, absolutely, Senator. That was phenomenal.
So let me ask you, but you just told Senator Bennett that the COVID vaccine killed more people than COVID.
Wait,
That was a statement.
I did not say that.
Okay, then let me ask, because you also were
Senator, I just want to make clear, I
okay,
did not say that.
We'll check the record. That's a question of fact. You also said that you were also, as lead attorney for the Children's Health Defense, you engaged in multiple lawsuits attempting to restrict access to the COVID vaccine. Again, it surprises me that you think so highly of Operation Warp Speed when, as an attorney, you attempted to.
He should get the Nobel Peace Prize for a vaccine that you talked bad about, that you are against, that you have said is more responsible for more deaths than COVID-19 itself. Let's forget the fact that made absolutely no sense. Let's forget that fact for just 5 minutes. You have absolutely no idea what you're doing. You're not a doctor. You're not a scientist. The only reason why you are there in this position of government is because of your last name, Kennedy. Trump thought that if he had a Kennedy on his side, I'm all good. I got one of the royal family of America in my cabinet. Well, I probably shouldn't say royal family, but I got American royalty before me. I got it made. Well, all the while, RFK Jr. has pissed all over his family's legacy. His uncle, one of the great presidents of our nation's history, John F. Kennedy Jr. His father, RFK Sr., who have gone on to be a great president if he wasn't assassinated. And this is how you honor both of them? RFK, by sucking up to Donald Trump, by making yourself an ass in front of the entire country for Donald Trump? You're not doing your family any service. You didn't do this country any service. And frankly, if it were up to me, your ass would probably be in a nursing home, honestly. You weren't appointed to your position because you were a doctor or a scientist. You were appointed because of a nepotism. For you MAGA who are watching this video, that means that because of recognition or anything else, he thinks that his name gives him ultimate power. He's an info baby, just like Donald Trump. Trump thinks his name gives him the ultimate idea to lie to people, to steal from people, to rape people. You're in the files, Trump. Don't think we've forgotten about that. You're in the files, and you know you did things to children. You know it, I know it. You wouldn't be breaking your ass. I'm getting off topic, I know. But RFK, You came from a family that served our country. You came from from one of the most influential families of our nation's history. And you pissed it all away for Donald Trump. You are a liar. You're a cheat. You're a dummy. You're a traitor. And most importantly, beyond any measure, you are, I swear to the Lord of hosts, you are nothing more than
Rudy Poo Candy Ass.
CTP, know the truth, God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.